So, okay. All right. We whet our appetite there. Hello, Unique Name Goes here. How's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Um, straw men's are their favorite topic. True. 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 All right. I mean like to my point, there's plenty to criticize the left about. Let's take a look at the Democrats over here.
We are unified in our sense of purpose to go out, to work closely with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to fight for the people, to make life better for working families, middle-class folks, senior citizens, young people, veterans, those who aspire to be part of the middle class, the poor, the sick, the afflicted, the least, the lost, and the left behind. That's what House Democrats do. Nancy Pelosi, a voice for the voiceless, a defender of the disenfranchised, a legendary legislator, a notorious negotiator, and a powerful, profound, prophetic, principled public servant, Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Like it is. Yeah.
So, guys, I am a socialist. As a socialist, Nancy Pelosi has been one of the biggest roadblocks to improving the lives of the downtrodden in the United States for like almost her entire career. There are individual decisions where she like makes the right call. But for example, like earlier this year, when she didn't negotiate enough for like prolonged COVID relief for those poor and oppressed, and then she like lectured and finger wagged about, oh, don't you cry, don't you complain, we'll be passing another bill. Well, no, they never passed another bill. They literally never passed another bill to help anybody in this country. They let hundreds of thousands, no, sorry, tens of millions of people in this country rot. There are currently, I think, around like 45 million families in this country that can't afford their rent and are going to be evicted at the end of the year. Yeah, it's been 130 days since the benefits ran out. And the benefits also weren't enough because you could be fired because of a loophole in that bill. So this is one of the things that drives me nuts. Yeah, 51 million mortgages are 90 days late. So Floofy Boy, yes and no, right? Because part of it is McConnell's fault, because McConnell isn't going to pass anything anymore. However, the other half of this is that Nancy Pelosi passed the first CARES Act without securing the future, because she knew there wasn't going to be another bill passed because that first one gave Republicans everything they wanted. There's no reason for Republicans to compromise after that first bill. So, yeah, it's she wasted the one opportunity we had in this country to get relief to people who actually need it on an ongoing basis. Yeah, there was a loophole in the bill where basically if your employer said, "Hey, we're reopening, come into work," and you're like, "But we're still in the middle of like a lockdown, or you know the virus is spiking. I don't feel safe coming into work." That counted as you quitting your job, so you weren't eligible for benefits. And this was stuff that's enabled by Nancy Pelosi's leadership. So I am a lefty. I want to work within the Democratic Party, and I think that working within the Democratic Party is super important for our future plans to make this world a better place. Nancy Pelosi is not an ally in this regard. At all. At all. People like Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, they're not our allies. Yeah, like, Nancy Pelosi is still the leader of the House. Why? We lost House seats in a historic election. The people, overwhelmingly, people who adopted progressive policies won their election campaigns in this country. And yet, establishment Democrats still prop up Nancy Pelosi. And they rally and cry about how progressives and socialists are ruining the party because it means that Republicans can be mean to them. Good. Republicans should be mean to Democrats. We have a two-party system. And, okay, like, I was going to show this after this, but we'll come back to this video, okay? Hey, what's this? What's this? Oh, weird. That's Senator Lindsey Graham. That's Kamala Harris. I will switch it over. Here you go. Senator Lindsey Graham. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Fist bumping. Now, I understand you want to have good working relationships with your colleagues. These people are political enemies. These people should not be on good terms. Like, I'm sorry. You shouldn't be on good terms with someone like Lindsey Graham, who has propped up a fascist for the last, 4 years. Yeah, this is class solidarity. They're all in the same boat. So, when I say that, like, establishment Democrats are our enemies, it's because they largely are allied with each other. And so I'm not saying this to doomer you. I'm not saying this at all to make you doomer or to equivocate that Kamala Harris's political positions are equivalent to Lindsey Graham's. But what I am trying to say is that we were temporary allies. And it was always a temporary allyship with people like Kamala Harris. It was always a temporary allyship with Nancy Pelosi or Hakeem Jeffries. Our positions are not to help the Democrats win at all costs. Our positions are to infiltrate the Democratic Party, to prop up progressive policies, and to pursue a socialist agenda through the Democratic Party. Those are our goals, those are our objectives, and these people are speed bumps on the way to a better future. Let's see, isn't that the same as Ruth Bader Ginsburg being friends with Scalia? It doesn't reduce RGB's legacy in many ways. It can be similar, but on paper, like, I'm sorry, but these people are, like, enablers of fascism. I don't want my political representatives being chill with fascists. That's my position. I don't want my political representatives being chill with conservatives who are willing to sell out the rights and prosperity of the American people for their own comfort. Let's see. Women in power don't mean feminism. It's just good normalization of marginalized people in power, or normalization of marginalized people in power. Yes and no. I agree that there is some marginal benefit to having women in power, but having women in power does not necessarily mean that the policies that those women in power pass are going to be feminist or empowering to women. Yeah, RBG was revolutionary as a lawyer, but as a judge, she was very pro-police and not great on race and immigration. She often bent to colleagues like Scalia, who never bent to her. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on the woman. True. Let's see. Yeah. Like my dudes, like I'm not like I'm to some extent an idealist, right? Like I want to make the world a better place. I want to move us in a better direction. And my hope and fervent wish is to move in this direction via bourgeois democracy. I think that by participating in these elections, our policies appeal to more people than the policies of Nancy Pelosi. Like, Nancy Pelosi, for like the better part of the entire year, has like actively hurt millions of people in this country. Um, so Scalia was a great justice. Too bad he's gone. No, it's fine. People die. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm okay with Scalia being dead. It's fine. RBG is probably the most progressive SCOTUS since Marshall, which isn't saying much. Like, the Supreme Court has always been very conservative. RBG was a commie rat. I don't think so, my dude. If Scrublord 1963, if you think RBG was a commie rat, I think that you've been partaking a bit too much of the propaganda, my dude. Socialism is indeed better than capitalism. It's true. It's true. All right, let's finish this. Let's finish this.
Yeah, please tell her like it is.
Let's see what she says.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for your kind words. I always accept any compliments on behalf of the House Democratic Caucus because they enable any of what we do to be possible by their courage, their integrity, and their just beautiful vision for a better America.
I am pleased to look to the 117th Congress, but I'm focused on the 116th Congress. We need to get work done for the American people they need right now.
We must, in this Congress, respond to the dreams and aspirations of the children and their families. And I am hopeful that we can work together within our caucus and reaching out across the aisle to get done what needs to be done for the American people.
And I can tell you this about our caucus.
Stoic Hunda, nope. She's not losing her position. She's going to be Speaker again next year. There are some signs that she's going to give it up after this coming year, but we'll see, you know? Well, we'll see if this is her last term, you know? Oh, gosh.
We are the guardians of people's hopes and aspirations, and we are going to be the unified engine for change.
I wish I believed her. I wish I believed her. But you know what? Since I don't believe her, I need to clarify. I advocate for all of you watching, if you are interested, getting involved in politics and pushing for socialist and progressive policies on local and state levels, if you can, you know? We have 2 years to prepare for a midterm election in this country, and I think we should use all of the time that we have available to set up an attempt, you know, however big it can be, to get people into positions of power so we can make this world a better place. I know a lot of Dems that don't like Pelosi. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I'm technically a Democrat, but I'm a socialist and I don't like Nancy Pelosi. Hello, Disco Rat from Switzerland. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'll let the GOP sweat it out. Can I go into politics just to troll? Absolutely. Apple Juice, have you ever seen conservatives in politics? It's basically all they do. And true. Yeah, guys. To kind of paraphrase the words of the great Noam Chomsky, you know, voting is like a few hours at the ballot box, right? You know, it's taking some time out of your day to go vote. But that shouldn't be your only investment in politics. You know, do whatever you can, follow your passions, whether it's public speaking to some degree, whether it is local community organizing, whether it is cooking, whether it is helping to go door to door, whatever it is, find a way to do it. Because through doing all of these things, through catering to our strength, we can actually make a huge difference in this world. Yeah, Trump is the biggest political troll. Guys, if Donald Trump can become president of the United States, any one of you can fucking do anything, okay? Any one of you. I don't care who you are. You can do the thing. If Tim Pool can become the most watched political speaker, political commentator in the entire English-speaking world. If Tim Pool can do that, you guys can do fucking anything, guys. So this is why I'm telling you, don't doomer. Because some of the most powerful people in our world are, complete morons. And they just, fell into their success. We're a lot more motivated, and we're a lot more intelligent than morons. We just have to try. We just have to try. You can grow up to be anything. True, but there are definitely barriers in place. But I'm here to tell you that when it comes to pushing to the left, we can do it. We can do the thing. We can do hard things together. The difference is when people tell someone you can be anything in America, typically what they mean is you alone can become anything in America. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that we together can do these hard things. I'm a moron and angsty. Well, that's okay. I'm angsty too. And to be honest, I'm not that smart either. To be like Tim Pool, you have to be such a tool to sing to the masses. True. It's really sad that Tim has as many subs as he does. Really like the Vosh v. Tim debate. Yeah, it was pretty good. Although I don't know if I'm allowed to say the V word on Twitch, since it's banned. I will avoid that. But it was a good, yes. The alter ego Voosh, based content